What up, y'all? You know who it is, your boy Jaded Kiss, you know what I mean? Right now with Chris John. Shout out to Camden, New Jersey, all my niggas out there. Let's get right into it. Yeah!
BTBTV. Chris John, man. Yo, born, let's get him, man. Yeah, right, never off plan. Used to get busy with them guns in my hand. 4 or 5 or a black 9 with a grand in my pocket and beef cool as a fan. BTBTV, we are not playing. Y'all just talk, we back it up and down. Sideways, F what y'all saying. We Kyrie and Kanye. This a boss talk, so you clowns should just fly away. Yeah, hop on the bridge, throw your frame off the highway. This not a game, this is business, this my way. Real talk, your opinion is nothing to us. We gon' stay on chill, long as y'all don't violate. But it's not fair. We could be cool or your worst nightmare. We the best, I swear. And you could be my friend or enemy, I don't care. And you better beware. Cause we coming for the whole pie and we don't share. No, it just ain't fair. But we the best, I swear. We the best, I stay up in the mix. A project, politics, my mood kinda sick. Name well known from the hood to the sticks. 100 on the highway, flying so fast, burn the gears when I shift. Some people kick dirt on your name, what shoes you gave them. Broke your back for them and they got the nerve to play you. Kick rap's door off, pushed and shoved my way through. Bum rush the kitchen, put my floor up on the menu. The jealousy be hitting up in jokes. That's why I stay serious like David Banner turned in the Hulk in pure form like the Pope. Haters get infrared beams with the scope, so run and get ghosts. We fight good, boxed in like Floyd on the ropes. I'm the great black hope. Man, we the team and they know it coast to coast and it just ain't fair. We could be cool or your worst nightmare. We the best, I swear. And you can be my friend.
It's the King of New Jersey, BTBTV. Peace to the 5% nation, the gods and nerfs. Salam alaikum, hamdulillah, rahmat salam, all the true Muslim brothers and sisters out here. I got Cross the Plug podcast with me. I got God in them streets with me. And yo, we about to get busy on this mother today. Let's get it, y'all.
Hold on now. We ain't what? We ain't no what?
We ain't no blondes or no Crips. We doing our own thing. BTBTV, the start of the zone game. Like, nigga, what? Let's get it.
Nigga, what? Salute to everybody, man. People coming in here. Make sure y'all hit that like button coming in here. Born got something he want to talk about. And I think everybody wants to talk about it. Again, at the end of the day, we going into something deep about this internet, right? This internet, to me, has got crazy. People showing, again, I'm going to say, people showing badges, people doing a lot of things, and people excusing what they doing. I don't care how old you is. So a lot of stuff, and we're going to get into the whole thing. You know, Born just said that if y'all watching Diddy's trial, he's being set for sentencing today, and we'll see what's going to happen with that. And that segues also into the whole with the Gene Deal. Salute to Gene Deal. Gene's on the phone with Born right now, and we just gonna get into this whole topic, man. Salute to Wax Dog too. I see you, Wax. But yeah, man, all this chatty patty stuff, when real life stuff going on, man, gotta stop. So I'm gonna let Born do his thing. I know he's on there right now. Salute to Shabu in the building. Peace to the God.
Peace.
Yeah, peace to the God.
Yeah.
Peace to my man Cross the Bone.
What's up? No, I was live. I was live right now. Gene said peace to the chat.
Peace to Gene Deal in the building. Salute, big bro.
You live, right? You know, right now I got my highness. My boy God and said God and Tree said peace to Gene. That's him and K Slade real tight. But yo, right now I'm about to be on Wack in a minute, man. I got this shit started, man. Hey yo, cuz. Hold on, hold up. I want
Yeah,
you to say that. I'm gonna put you on speaker, so I want you to
put
say
Gene
that.
on there, man,
I
because
want you
they
to say
hate
what you
on.
said about the party, because they talking shit. But tell them about Wack 100 wife getting
Oh
her kids clapped. Hold on.
Tell the truth.
All right.
Yeah, respect. Salute to Gene Deal in the building.
Love the attention that he brings to them and get them. That nigga don't know.
Put it to the mic, God.
3 times and it was doing party situations. He just got on this whole motherfucking platform and program and said I work for him. That nigga could never afford me to work.
Right?
I don't work for no niggas I don't fuck with. You gotta be family, or nigga, you gotta come in through one of the OGs back in the days that put me down with him.
Facts.
He put me down with Chaz Williams. You understand? I ran my own crew, clique in the family and everything, did my own parties. You understand? And I worked with Puff, you know what I'm saying? Contracted out from Puff, nigga. They contracted me out when they was having problems and having situations and doing big parties. And then I had them on the weekend, a contract for them on the weekends. Black don't know what the fuck he talking about. Talking about, he said K-Slay. He mentioned all kinds of shit, bro. Yo, you don't know what the fuck you talking about, bro. And I keep telling these niggas right there, I don't want to give this nigga the energy, but he gonna lie and put K name on it. Like K wasn't fucking with him down at the stretch.
That's what I said, boy.
He talk all that shit. K was playing both sides of the middle because he was getting K in a lot of fucking situations and a lot of problems. This is Mark Curry right here calling me right now, bro.
All right.
Yeah, Mark. Gee, when you get one of them good opportunities and it comes
exclusive.
I'll go on the show with you. We'll do somebody's show before it's over. Yeah, but the whole thing about it is don't let these sucker ass niggas use you like that, Mark. You see the whole post say Mark Curry, former bad boy artist, they like that.
Come on, man.
And you know I'm not. You know a nigga ain't gonna come at me like that. You know what role I played and everything. That's a word play.
They don't word play.
Let them go so we get here.
We can get on it together. Let's just plan for something like that before September. Yeah, I hear you, bro. All right. Yes, sir. Yeah. Yo, so cuz, what I'm trying to say to you, what I'm trying to say to you is that this nigga is lying, playing these people out here on this internet like he was that nigga. He wasn't even around and had called no shots, did nothing, didn't even know nobody like that. The only reason he got motherfucking big in this shit is because K-Slay showed him the motherfucking ropes and showed him and introduced him to the people to do what he needed to do. You understand?
Mm-hmm.
With the game and all these other niggas. You understand what I'm saying? With the Ray J situation, with all that. K-Slay brought him in there. K-Slay gave him what he needed, you understand, in order to be in this motherfucking industry. But this nigga sit up here and lie on K.
Yeah. Shit
like this nigga like, I worked for them and worked for them. Nigga, I did what I did for K because he was family. You understand? K needed me way more than I needed him. First of all, the nigga couldn't drive and didn't drive.
Nah, that's a fact. Because I remember, because I was telling my boys, I was like, I remember we talking. You said you was going to North Carolina, K-Slay, to ride down here. Y'all both caught COVID in North Carolina.
Right.
Yep.
Bro, listen to me. And then you got these bitch ass niggas coming on the internet talking about, yo,
Salute y'all. Hit that like button.
Okay to go to North Carolina. When do I tell a motherfucking grown man where to go who's paying me to drive him there?
Right.
But you got these dumbass niggas, man. You can't fix stupid, bro. And I'm tired of it. I ain't trying to fix it, bro. They just got a sentencing date for your man Puff, September the 22nd.
Oh yeah, and I seen it.
Yeah,
I seen it. Yeah, September 22nd, Puff gets sentenced, y'all.
Yeah, he gonna stay in jail until then, though.
Yeah. Oh yeah. And Puff gotta do his time, man.
Well, listen, man, I don't give listen to me. If you hear what I said and all these niggas talk this bullshit, I've been talking the same shit about Puff since 90 fucking 7. what he did to Big, what he did to motherfuckers around, what he did to Crew and the whole 9 yards. If I wanted to send that nigga to jail, I could go down to the motherfucking feds and they can investigate some shit to send that nigga to jail. I never did no shit like that, cuz. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah, most definitely.
I never did no shit. I talked about that nigga character and what kind of nigga he was. You understand? And if niggas didn't understand that, fuck them and feed them beans, bro. You feel me?
Yeah, you're right.
Fuck them and feed them beans. If I wanted to send a nigga to jail, nigga, the feds could have sent that nigga, gave that nigga 10 years, bro, just for the gun charge. That's a federal gun charge that automatically with the scratched off serial number 10 years. They didn't even charge that nigga with that. I know the real reason about this whole shit and what went fucking down. And it is what it is. And until a nigga pay me for it, I ain't gonna tell it.
That's how you do.
That's right.
Or better get that bag ready.
It ain't only art, nigga. I turn down niggas, bro.
Right.
Oh.
Yo, cuz it ain't only art.
I know. You was telling me.
I turn down niggas. When niggas act for gazy with me on the money tip, or they want to show down, they don't want to show down, this, that, and the third, whole 9 yards. You understand? They have niggas on their shows that talk bad and talk shit and talk crazy, and they don't let me come back and do like that. Then hold up, listen to me. I ain't fucking with you no more. I don't know what these niggas think I am and who I am, dog. You understand? These niggas don't know. What other niggas you seen on the internet that do this shit, that bring 100 niggas or 200 niggas, 100 niggas to their house and feed them and let them drink and everything for free?
Not many, bruh. You a real one for that. But I told you, like I said, yo, the Father's Day and your mother's birthday, them barbecues be them shits are real. And you know what I'm saying? A lot of people don't get that advice because a lot of people ain't like that with us. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? But then the niggas don't understand. Nigga, I don't hide. These niggas tell lies and all this shit. Yo, these niggas come on this fucking internet and tell lies about us, man. They don't know we got a deep motherfucking family and we family. You understand? They tell lies about us. You understand?
Yeah, first.
And always took off for these niggas and did all shit for them, like, and I'm through with that shit, bro.
Yo, even like when I was pissed about that Mace shit, when Mason was talking slick, I like put a name on it, bro.
Yeah, remember though. But tell him remember that. But remember, God,
you was on the show.
He had to apologize. He had to apologize on camera and shit.
See, the thing about it is, it builds more hype if everybody think that, oh, nah, Gene was this, Gene was that, Gene didn't do this, Gene didn't do that. You know, it's Gene. And so that gives them more credence, more hype to their situation. You understand? Like I just told Mark, this motherfucker Wack used you, nigga. And then they say Mark Curry and want to expose Gene deal. Wack is doing all the motherfucking talking. He don't know what the fuck he's talking about.
First of all, Wack didn't even start working for the game until like 2009, 2010 when old boy went to jail.
Yeah, but see the thing about it is that, bro, you know, whatever situation he did and whoever came and stuff like that, this nigga right here in 2001, 2000, he ain't make no calls, nothing like that. He gonna talk about what I did for Puff or what I didn't do for Puff, what meetings I was in, what meetings I wasn't in. Nigga, I was in the same motherfucking meeting with him, Benny, Medina, J-Lo, and all that shit right there. Listening to them niggas. Listening to them niggas. I was in the motherfucking meetings with him, Will Smith, and some other motherfuckers. I left out the meeting because I wanted to leave. I got tired of hearing what they was talking about and left out and went to look at Will Smith's car. We've been to restaurants, we've been to all that shit like that, nigga. I don't want to move out or leave. Puff always wanted me in places with him. And this nigga talking shit and got motherfuckers. Ain't that right, man? You know, where you have your security. Nigga, what?
Right.
When K-Slay smoked Joey I.E., I was in the meeting when he smacked the shit out of him.
Who he smacked?
I was the one who pulled K off of him.
Who he smacked?
Joey
I.E.
Oh, Jimmy I.V.? Oh, snap. I ain't know that.
Joey I.E.
Joey I.E.
Some motherfucker, he was some motherfucker for Sony at the time or whatever.
Oh, okay. Oh, from Sony Records.
Yeah.
What's that nigga name? Wasn't that Mariah Carey first husband or something like that?
No. Joey I.E. is some white nigga that was like he was I don't know if he's a DJ or something. He went into he became an executive at Sony or what he was doing one of the projects for K. And he made K-Mac Cash slap the shit out of him.
Well, I remember that day when K Slade was about to smack Wack 100 on the radio. On the video.
Yeah. So why talk all that bullshit, man? You know, like this nigga that blase this and blase, and he tried to downplay, yo, you was a pro, you was a nigga, you don't wanna be on that side of me, man. You can talk all that shit, you know, K ain't have me around like K, like I was some suck ass nigga for K and K just like that. K knew. K couldn't talk to me like he talked to you. He couldn't do all that shit that he did to me because he knew I wasn't playing that shit.
Yeah, and then I told him, he was talking about, oh yeah, he K Slade got mad because first thing he said was K Slade got mad because you was messing with the girls.
Right.
And that's the fucking lie.
I know.
That's that nigga. Nigga, you know I don't fuck with nothing that got to do with fuck up my money.
Yeah. Facts.
I don't fuck with nothing that's gonna fuck up my money. I wouldn't even breathe hard on one of them motherfucking girls in the first place. Them girls, if anybody can't tell you, they'll tell Kay, can you get Gene to drive? Can you get Gene to take me? Can you get Gene to do this? Nigga, I was the one taking Buffy around.
Buffy the body.
Buffy the body.
You understand what I'm saying? I was that because I was the motherfucker doing all that shit. So all them niggas talk all that bullshit, bro. That's just bullshit, man. Yeah. They want my fucking attention now. I don't give a fuck about none of this shit. You got this half a homo ass nigga steady talking shit, and I the one told you, yo, nah, leave that nigga alone. Fuck that nigga. You understand? Now I got a bitch ass nigga out of Detroit talking about me, talking about some bitch ass nigga. Nigga, keep that same energy when you see me.
What nigga in Detroit?
Some old fucking Antoine Daniels or some half old
Antoine Daniels? Oh, he talking junk?
Oh shit.
Yeah, nigga talking that tough shit. Yo, G did a whole girl sitting some TikTok shit. What is it? With TikTok?
Oh, hit the like button, y'all.
I don't know that.
Oh, TikTok,
man. You know I don't keep up with that bullshit.
I know.
Yo, big Gina, a whole ass nigga, bitch ass nigga. Keep that same energy when you see it.
Damn.
Antoine Daniels never built like that.
Nah.
Yo, I don't give a fuck how the nigga built. You came on this motherfucking thing talking that shit. Keep that energy when we sit in the set. That's how I beg niggas. Keep that same energy.
New Jersey Rich in the building.
Because I don't give a fuck what kind of energy you got. When I see you and we run into each other, nigga, I'm gonna show you what kind of shit I be on.
That's right.
That shit crazy.
And I ain't, and you know, I don't fuck with nobody, bro. You know what I'm saying?
I know.
These niggas is talking about, I've been to Puff wanted me dead when I told Big Mother that shit. I've been knew that nigga, because you know I got all the motherfucking secrets, nigga. Fuck up out of here. And it ain't about no girls and this shit like that. It's about niggas not even here no more. It ain't about no girls. It ain't about no kids. It ain't about him doing no those things because he didn't do that shit around me.
Right.
You better not smack the shit out of him. And straighten this fucking ass out. Back then, nigga.
Yeah. I know.
Back then, the nigga I was, and I legally carried you.
Ask Gene what he think about when he said about Suge Knight.
Yo, hold on. Let me ask you a question real quick. Let me ask you a question. What you think about that shit he said about Suge Knight giving Kim Porter the package?
AIDS and all that shit. Like,
Yeah.
I don't know, bro.
That's
people with that shit, bro.
Yeah.
You understand? I don't even know, man. Because first of all, you know, if you know anything about AIDS and shit like that, bro, like that, because you had sex with somebody one day and they had it, you may not even get it.
Right.
That's a fact.
You may not even get it, bro. You know, I know somebody was they married and their husband had AIDS and they sleeping with their husband and everything like that, and he never transferred the shit over to her. I know another girl that a nigga that was
Monique, salute.
a high pro, he was a bodyguard for a high profile clothing line, had fucking HIV and AIDS and was fucking this girl, and she never got it. You understand?
Yeah.
So it ain't even necessary that it transferred over like that.
And like I said, I don't believe Suge got it. He could have. I don't know.
If he did, dog, they would know it in the prison. It'd be in his prison record the whole 9 yards.
Yeah.
You know, Wack is just putting out a whole lot of bullshit on
there. That's where Reggie Wright. That's Reggie Wright punk ass doing that. Reggie Wright started.
Whoever it is, man, I don't give a fuck, bro. That's these niggas, man, and that's how they want to do their life and do their shit. But don't get on here and motherfucker. And I'm finding out certain Cali niggas is like that on this internet. I got some real Cali niggas that's coming with the fucking real, but these half a homo Cali ass niggas, you know what I'm saying, like Wack 100, he'll get out here and make the whole Cali look bad. That's why he can't go back there.
Yeah.
That's why he can't go back there.
Mm-hmm.
That's why he can't do a conflict.
Ask Gene what he think about the badge.
And then the nigga walk around with an LA police badge. Los Angeles police officer.
With a brother's badge or whatever.
I don't want to speak on that. I don't give a fuck, because if he do, you know what I'm saying, it's some bullshit. And he probably just did that so niggas could talk.
Yeah.
When shit like that happen, he doing that shit so niggas could talk, bro.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? All that shit is for show for them niggas, bro. But they gonna fuck around and somebody gonna really show them.
Yeah.
Yeah, you right. But cuz I'm gonna get back at you, man. I gotta finish the show, man.
Yo, Born. Ask him one more question about.
All right.
Remember,
hold on 1 second, y'all. What you said? No, what you said, Jay?
When I go back in August, man.
Yeah.
You better come get that shit on, man. I'm giving it away, bro. Something, man. I gotta get shit out of my life.
I'll be there August. I'll be there August. I come there having my mom's probably my wife come.
Yo, Born.
Come on, man. Listen, you gonna bring moms, nigga.
Nigga, I come on myself, nigga.
Get that nigga. I told him quit bringing.
All right, you got that.
Yo, Born. Ask him one question. Was he in the Star Bar that night with K?
Huh?
Yeah. He said, ask him, was he at the Star Bar with K Slay that night?
My mom.
Y'all honeys keep y'all clothes on.
Hey, was you at the Star Bar with K Slay when y'all went to North Carolina that time? The Star Bar. When you and K Slay went to North Carolina to Raleigh.
Hey, we ain't go to no Star Bar, bro.
Oh, you wasn't there that day. He was supposed to.
Yeah. I know. Yeah, that's the place we was at.
Yeah, the Star Bar. Yeah.
Yeah, let him know, Born, I was there that night, but I must have didn't see him or meet him that night.
He's the guy Shabu said he was there that night with K Slay, but he must have seen you and meet you that night.
I was up in the bleachers, nigga.
He was up in the bleachers, he said.
He was in the bleachers.
I was up in the bleachers, staying away from everybody.
All right. So August, when you come back, I'm gonna be there, yo. And I'm gonna call you later.
All right,
later. Well. Y'all got the answer from the horse's mouth. You know what I'm saying?
Exclusive right there, Land. Shout out to Gene Deal. Yeah, man. Born, we did this live. I told Born to hit up Gene, man, because I mean, this internet world is crazy, bro. A lot of shit that go on this internet, a lot of times, whether it be, like I said, the badge or whatever, like I said again, people say some crazy stuff. If he wasn't around, I'm trying to figure out, and y'all heard it. Y'all heard Mark Curry on the phone with him saying it's basically a play. Yeah. That's basically how he's saying it. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's just for us to man, you can't do that, bro. When you dealing with some serious shit, you can't just be putting shit out on the internet. And that's where we at this point of life, bro. People just put anything out. So when I saw that, knowing the history, and, you know, salute to Gene, I know the real talk. I'm calling Born like, Born, yo, you need to call Gene and send this to him because, bro, you just can't be saying that. Then you bring up K Slay. And I don't think y'all understand, and this is for the internet world, we don't talk about it. Like Born and K Slay and Gene like this. Like, I know personal stuff. Salute to Born about K Slay, and K Slay is a real one. A lot of my bros, Shabu, stuff that we talk about offline. And this one right here, I just felt like that was complete disrespect when he said that K Slay didn't fuck with Gene. That's a lie. Like, that's a lie. Like, I know that for a fact. That's a lie. And then to double back and do all this other extra shit. I don't know why he doing it, because like somebody said in the chat, won't he just trying to get at Freeway Ricky? Like, come on, bro. We got to stop this shit for real, man. This shit is crazy.
Yo, I'm about to show y'all something. I'm about to show y'all how much K Slay like Wack 100.
Yeah.
I'm about to show y'all right now.
People forget this video right here. I'm glad Gene came on here. I knew he's gonna pop up on you, but yeah, man, we gotta, because when you sent it to him, I knew he's gonna be pissed.
Here we go, y'all, right here.
Facts, Tony.
Here we go, right here, yo.
News, y'all. He's back with another one. Smash the like, bro.
Salute my G's.
One of the West Coast OGs in the building. We got exclusive footage. This is actually old footage from 5 years ago. K Slay pressing on Wack 100. So this video was for everybody saying, oh, Wack 100 ain't say nothing about K Slay, etc., etc. Well, just like Nipsey pressed Wack, guess who else pressed Wack? That a lot of people don't know press Wack. K Slay live on the radio.
Yeah, rest in peace, K.
Let's look at the footage, shall we? Let's get right into it. Make sure y'all smash that like button, man. Let's get into it, man.
Has Nicki Minaj ever been accused of child molestation? I'm pretty sure your brother, my brother, your aunts, uncles, somebody did some foul shit in your motherfucking family.
Right.
That ain't got nothing to do with you. Just real though, like that's her brother.
Take your cape off and dry it off.
That's her brother.
Ain't nobody.
My daddy was a dope fiend, so I'm supposed to feel like some kind of way because I'm a dope.
I smoke dust too, but the fact remains, it is what it is. He ain't make this shit up. She ain't make it up. Ain't nobody making it up.
What that got to do with her though?
Who said that? Anything?
Yeah, but I'm just saying.
Come on,
Well, what was your initial thoughts when you heard it? Because the last time Safari, you get that. Last time Safari was up here, that happened. Like, that happened. We didn't actually.
We got DJ K say looking at that nigga like, man, you got me fucked up, bro.
With the accusations against our brother. Have you talked to the family after that?
Y'all seen that press? Y'all seen that press?
But K Slay was like your big brother, nigga. Ain't no man getting in my face like that. Big brother, father, uncle, motherfucker, God. It was a mystery guy out there getting in my face like that, pressing me on no ear. And I'm gonna tuck my tail.
Well, it wasn't even the fact he tucked his tail. He knew he was trying to put on the show or whatever. And that's why I'm saying, like, nigga, last week, I told y'all, it was about Freeway. Then he showed his badge. Then he said he wanted to help, and he don't like drug dealers and people that do that. And then he turned around and get on that bitch. He screamed Pyru. He said he like his badge. It's a police officer badge, or it's a brotherly badge. And then he flashes it. It's just too much shit, bro. And then he get on here and he make threats. And then he say, we need to help the kids. But then you're screaming and telling people to pull up and you gonna do this and on this gang. But then he say he don't talk about the gang. Man, that shit crazy, bro. That shit just too much. And then for him to come out of nowhere, it's just him and Mark, bro. Like, come on, Mark. Like, goddamn, you used to be the rapper. Now all of a sudden you giggling and shit. Soon as you hear him, he told me, yeah, he knows all my friends. Man, you giggling and all that shit, bro. That shit whack, bro.
Hold up. Yeah, I remember this one too.
That nigga's a rabble rouser.
Yeah,
Ever heard
Chatty
that
Patty.
word in a minute?
He messy. He was messy. Yeah, and 600 pennies too. You right. Cause that motherfucker just said he had a badge. He going to the academy, and Wack said he sent him there. So how is all this like this is not made up, bro? Like, come on, man. If you trying to get in the algorithm for being the police, that's a crazy algorithm to jump into. Like, that's crazy.
No, hold up. Y'all wasn't the Wack 100 said K Slade had the package. That was Snow Billy that said that shit. But Wack 100, yo, I'm gonna tell y'all something, right?
I remember that clip though. He checked his bitch subtly, you know what I'm saying? I remember that clip, boy. But he
We
mixed it
all,
up.
you know, I know for a fact that K Slade died from a heart attack. He had 3 heart attacks back to back because he had COVID. He was coming out, he was getting over COVID. So he had 3 heart attacks back to back. That's how he passed.
But my thing is this, God, and I'm not even whatever it was that happened. K Slade did not have the same relationship with Wack. He would have told you, he would have told Gene, he would have told somebody else. Why nobody else came out with this? Even if they was even his ops, why ain't nobody came out and said this will happen? Why is Wack is the one that said he claimed he know? Like, think about it. He even said that K Slade stopped. Like, that's why Gene pissed. I told you that's what he'd be pissed about when he said he stopped fucking with him. That's not true. I know that's not a fact. Nigga, you went to just seeing Gene. Before then, people don't know that K Slade left you a bunch of shit. And Gene gave it to you. Yeah, y'all don't know that. That's real facts. That's not a lie.
All right, Cross and Born, like me and Born was talking earlier, right? K was my man like that. You know what I'm saying? With the lessons, everything. We used to talk all the time. I went to his actual funeral, and the reason why I asked Born to ask Gene about whether he was at the Star Bar that night, because if you look in my joint guards in them streets, you know, I took a picture with K that night because he came down there for whoever won the contest was supposed to be up on his show. He done been to my house down in North Carolina, everything. We had that relationship. Like I told Born, when he went back, I was calling him for about a week or so to make sure he got back. Because K, not only he didn't drive, but he didn't like to fly. You know what I'm saying? And that's when I found out that he was in the hospital for COVID. And then I was text that he was coming through and he was going to be all right. But like Bourne said, which I didn't know anything about, him catching the heart attacks because I wasn't, you know, in touch with nobody that was actually up there to give me any information. But right after that, he passed away. Like I told Bourne, it was like 6 o'clock in the morning because I went to the Star Bar with my son. I brought him with me. One of my 2 sons, the youngest one, wanted to go with me that night. So he woke up about 6 o'clock in the morning and told me that Kay had passed away. And like I told Bourne, I usually don't shed no tears for nobody, even people that's my family members. But I broke down that morning and shedded a lot of tears because Kay was one of the realest individuals that they had in the industry. And like I said, with Born, I felt more or less, you know, I'm not with a lot of conspiracy theories, but if it was anybody that they wanted to get out the way, it would be an individual like him because he helped everybody. His show was about any new talent, anything that was coming up, he would let it be known. That's how he was able to take Pat, because before Pat, rest in peace, my big brother Born True, from Medina was Pap's manager and behind Pap. When I first met Pap, I met Pap out in Canarsie. So later on, when he started dealing with K, I was like, yo, I know Pap. I met Pap when he was first starting out because Bourne had a studio inside his crib. And Allah bless the one's return to the essence. My man Bless, Monique Bless, he was a rapper. And both of them was at his house that day. So for a person to be speaking certain things about K, and I'm glad you put that video up, Born, because real recognize real. And just like you said, Born, a real man ain't gonna let nobody talk to them in a certain type of way without it being any response. And as you can see in that response, K wasn't feeling what he was saying. And when he stood up to address that, if it was any type of confrontation, then it would have been initiated right then. So
Facts.
we could see
Facts.
that Wack was sitting down and he wasn't willing to initiate anything with K because K is already coming at you in a physical, aggressive, reality because of the fact that you saying a bunch of things out your mouth that he totally disagree with. And like I said, when I fought my show, God in them streets, I called K like, yo, get me on Queen's Flip. And you know what K said to me? He said, yo, God, why you want to go up on somebody else's show? He said, we always teach, you know what I'm saying? That you the maker and owner of your own reality. And therefore, you got enough content to do your own thing. And I went and started about 2 years ago with my guards in them streets. I know I ain't been up there like I should be, but I'm waiting to get things together. But I just wanted to interject that for a minute because people talk about real individuals and what they do and what they don't do. Don't speak about a man when that man is resting in power and he's no longer here and try and use his name to put out things that quite obviously is not right and exact.
Well, and you hit it on the head. Same way, like I said, you bringing that up. The video shows, to me, when you listen to the video, regardless, of him popping his shit, what that meant to me was he was tired of hearing his mouth. And again, he would not been able to. Wack would have never been able to get on that platform if it wasn't approval of K Slay. So for him to double back and then use K Slay and Gene Deal in the same sentence and don't even know the relationship. But again, when people like you're not from the East Coast, and then you went all the way back, well, he ain't gonna play it yet, but he gonna play it soon. The video what we talking about, where he talk about how K Slay was mad at Gene Deal to the point he stopped fucking with him. When was that? Like, so you telling me he never said K Slay told him that. He basically was saying, I know for a fact that nigga, how you know that, bro? Why would you say that when, like you said, this man is resting in power? Why would you do that? What is all this coming from?
Yeah.
It's just sad. Grown. I mean, you talking about men in their 50s or close to their 50s, bro, and they on here and they're creating mess, but then they contradict themselves because it's taking away the narrative. The fact that you flipped open, it didn't say friends or family. It said police officer. The bad said police officer. And now you're veering it. You went at Rick Ross. Now all of a sudden, now you're going at this man. For what reason? You have nothing to do with it. You always say keep the West Coast and the East Coast separate, but you steady over here. And that's on the East Coast.
Yeah, I want to say rest in power to my man Big Chaz too that ain't here because I had a relationship with Chaz and K
Black
like that.
Black
And
Cat Chaz.
Facts. Rest in power to Chaz, man.
Black
yeah,
Cat Chaz.
black hand. But like I
Backhand
said,
Chaz.
And
when
Fred Godson,
when
too.
you go ahead
Gonna
play
do.
you
All
playing
right,
the video.
I'm about to play this one video right here. This is Wack 100 talking about kids. This is like a couple years ago. Check it out.
DJ K Slade's last moments before tragically passing away. Earlier today, we got the news that the legendary DJ passed away after a 4-month.
Shit, I got here Thursday or so. Might have been Thursday. Yeah, Thursday. Man, you know it's crazy because about 27th he went to the hospital. In January 4th, they put him under. So I had already psychologically told myself I was gonna lose him when he was on the ventilator. Then he came off like 1 month, 2 months, 3 months. He came off about 10 days ago. And I'm like, well, shit, the hard part over, you know? And he was up, and he was watching TV and shit, and just went into cardiac arrest. So nigga wasn't, you know, I kind of like put my defense down because I'm thinking he gonna bounce back. Shit. I told somebody this shit the other day. I'm like, look, man, enjoy your life, bro, because we all got plans, but shit, none of us know the master plan.
Well, let's talk about it, y'all. That was Wack 100 on Clubhouse revealing DJ K Slade's last moments before passing away.
First of all, how you gonna talk to K Slade? K Slade couldn't talk.
And not even that. Let's go even further. He said he had already in his mind said the nigga was gonna be unalive. Like the nigga had already. He said, but then he got off the ventilator. So you never really went to go see him. You said you had already put in your mind he was gone when he was on the ventilator. So you like, come on, bro, that shit crazy.
There go. That's Wack 100. And here with your boy right here. Here with your boy Mark Curry right here. Now check this out. Shout out to All the Dialogue, man. Tell me what y'all think about this.
I want to get your opinion. You know, you was around Puffy, you was on Bad Boy. You know, looking at this lawsuit, Cassie, she claims that her and Diddy had freak-off sessions where they would get a male prostitute.
You talking about the freak-off session where they used to do in the studio and all of that over different entertainers' houses and stuff, where they be having them parties where they won't invite you to, and they be like, we having a party tonight, but this ain't your kind of party. You be like, yeah, I ain't going. I don't want to go. Freak-off parties, when you go in there and it be, yo, let me tell you something. We used to go in the club. We go into the nightclub, right? And we go and get to the VIP. All of these girls come around the VIP and they just be standing there. And like, let me tell you something, man. I'm going to get back with you. We got to rewind this back. We used to go to when we go to the club, we used to have these bottles, right? And on this bottle, they be regular Moet bottles. On them bottles right there, they've been to have something to make the girls be real slippery and all of this kind of stuff. So when you get up, they be like, don't touch them bottles right there and only drink them bottles right there. So we already knew what the drill was. You just don't mess with them bottles, right? Then all of the girls is in the club after a while. They all running, opening up their mouth like little birds. He's running around just popping pills in their mouth. Pop, pill. And then that was the party. But all of the females that was in it, that's what they wanted. That was what party. It was part of the hip hop culture. We ain't see nothing wrong with it until Bill Cosby got in trouble. He did one too many. Man, look. Let me tell you something, I don't mean to cut you, this funny. I used to, you know, we used to be on the road, you know, you'd be like, yo, let me go to my Puff room, see what they doing. And you knock on Puff door, he'd be sitting there damn near butt naked. You ever just had a grown ass man answer his hotel door butt naked and they'd be like, come on in? You be like, I'll come back. You ever close your eyes, you be like, I guess you're not presentable. And then walk away, because see what happens is if they be like, come on in, and then you come on in, they be like, this man just came into my room.
Pause that.
I told him to come on in, and he came on in. You be like, so what's going on for the day?
Well, first of all, no. I ain't had like your round.
No, I haven't either.
Number two is he said damn near butt naked to the point where he had to close his eyes. So how you know he was damn near butt naked coming? He came to the door. So you seen the nigga, you looked the nigga up and down butt naked. He asked you to come in there and you didn't go in there. Man, stop playing, bro.
That nigga was the first one in there.
Hey, yo, boy. I
Yo.
want to show y'all just a little footage from K Slay's funeral with Melly Mel. I got a couple of them up on my YouTube page. Check this one out.
And this was me when we was little, when we was young, we was kids. We was nothing but kids. We ain't never shot nobody. We ain't never stabbed nobody. We ain't never did nothing. We was kids. We just wanted to be known. And he got known by doing it. And this was me when we was little, when we was young, we was kids.
All right.
We ain't never shot nobody. We ain't never stabbed nobody. We ain't never did
That's
nothing.
just to keep it real, Born, so that people won't say that I'm just up here running or talking things outside, out my mouth or anything like that. So it's real like that. A lot of this stuff that people was putting up here, like Cross say,
Hold on.
man,
Hey, hold on.
is just out of
Mark
control.
Curry talking about you didn't see nothing wrong with till Bill Cosby got caught doing because he did it to one too many. Bill Cosby do it to as many as fucking Diddy did, nigga, and you was right there with him.
Yeah, I just think he lying when he say, how you gonna know a man was half naked? How do you know? He said, how do you feel when you see somebody, a grown man, half naked? Nigga, I don't know. Shit, that ain't gonna happen to me. Like, you into some other shit. Yeah, you on some other shit, and you trying to justify it, but I'm gonna close my eyes. There's nothing to see here. Nigga, you know what he doing inside the room. If y'all, you just said that was the hip hop party. If you popping pills and y'all drinking and them bottles for that, but then when you go to a nigga, why you knocking on his door if you know what he on? Man, he sound weird as hell.
Hey, but put up the part, Born, where the cat up on that interview pressed it Mark about why he ain't did nothing and everything else if he was there for all that.
Yeah, hold up. I got you right now. Hold on 1 second. Matter of fact, I'm gonna go. I think I can go right to the part too, because
Get rid of your ugly
Yeah,
winter system today.
Weird though.
$83 a month with a.
Was that like a kind of a extortion?
So May said he was with Brandy though. What? Come on, don't.
So you acting like the nigga committed a crime, my
You
nigga.
acting like Mace. You got pom poms on. You got Mace pom poms.
Yo, go smoke a blunt, bro. You bugging, nigga.
You got Mace pom poms.
Nah,
Cheers
I ain't
for
got no
Mace.
Mace pom-poms, nigga.
All right, well then leave him alone. We ain't even talking about that nigga, man.
But why'd you bring it up? Because you're doing a whole lot of telling on shit.
But what he telling on? Like, Prophet, you keep saying he telling. Who he telling on?
Yeah. Only thing I'm trying to tell you is
read the book, right?
Yeah, but who he telling on?
Yeah, but read the book.
Ain't nobody in trouble in my book.
Yeah, who he telling on?
What you writing a book for?
Hey, yo, he didn't say read the book.
No, I'm about to play the audio.
Play the audio.
Play the audio.
Like, we having a party tonight, but this ain't your kind of party.
Hold on.
Yo, shout out to Ray Gibbs TV.
Freako parties, when you go in there to be, yo, let me tell you something.
Spin the block.
We used to go in the club. We go into the nightclub, right? And we go and get to the VIP. All of these girls come around the VIP, and they just be standing there. And, like, let me tell you something, man.
Good birds.
Rewind this back. We used to go to when we go in the club, we used to have these bottles, right? And on this bottle, they be regular Moet bottles. On them bottles right there, they been have something to make the girls be real slippery and all of this kind of stuff.
Okay.
So Mark, you knew about the bottles. You knew the shit was going on. Why
you only played what you want to understand.
Yeah, let him play.
You got to go to the part where I say the security told me, which was Wolf, don't touch those bottles.
Okay, but you knew.
No, it don't matter what you think. I'm gonna be the club.
What he gonna do? He gonna go report to the FBI? Get the fuck out of here. Hey, bro. Hey, wait. Hold on, Mark. Is that Fat Profit?
Yeah, that's Fat Profit.
Okay, Fat Profit. Let me ask you.
You see that? You see what Wack did? Because Wack is his management. You see what he did? Because he didn't want them to go into a whole. He tried to stop it in the middle of it. The question was, if you saw all that going on and you was like what I said, he said it was a hip hop party. So My thing is, what are you doing it now? You know why? Because you done wrote a book and ain't nobody buying that shit. And now you want to bring this shit up because you trying to jump in the algorithm to sell a book because ain't nobody trying to hear what you saying. Because if it was really serious and your shit was real, nigga on that stand telling on a nigga. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. What you think,
Yep.
Shovel?
Come on, man. That's crazy. That's crazy for him to put himself in the middle of that and say that the bottles was already laced. It's the same way when they were talking about the baby oil being
Right.
laced and everything. And his man, the other cat, Prophet or whatever, put him on the spot because he's saying you just as much guilty if you knew that this was going on and you didn't say anything about it. And sure enough, when they pull up the video of what he said in the past, it shows that you could be accused of being a part of that because you already knew or saying what was going on. So he contradicted himself right there.
Yeah, he even told on himself even further, like I said, when he said he knocked on the door. So you implicated yourself knocking on the door, but you never said, see, this was weird to me. He didn't say, I saw a bunch of broads in there butt naked. He said he saw Puffy butt naked. Nigga, what is that? You didn't see a group of females in there. He was in there. He said, I knocked on the door, and when he came to the door, have you ever seen a half-naked, butt-naked man? No, I have not. Yeah, I ain't seen that. But if you said you saw naked females in there, man, come on, bro. Come on, bro. Man, he trying. Boy, this
Yo,
shit.
Big Dog's
Yeah.
fact. He locked himself into a conspiracy if it goes that far.
Yeah. Yo,
Yeah.
Born, I got one more for you, right? And in the audience, because you can see I'm sitting in the audience when I'm doing this taping. Who's sitting in front of me is K Slade's two twin
Brothers.
brothers, you
I
know.
know,
Yeah,
I know the brothers, yeah.
yeah. All right, hold on for this one too.
Yeah, he closed his eyes when he was done. Yeah, what the fuck, man? Have you ever closed your eyes in front? Man, no. Why would you do that?
You know, when I was actually a few days ago, and I think I'm gonna dedicate my next album to him. Right, man. You know, at the end of the day, Mom, you know, when I was actually a few days ago, and I think I'm gonna dedicate my next album to him.
That's his brothers. Yo, first of all, nobody buy no Melly Mel album. Nobody want that hear that old shit. Get your ass out here trying to get some trying to
No,
sell some albums.
that was LL Cool J on that one, man. That
Oh, it's
wasn't.
LL. Oh, I thought
Yeah.
Melly Mel trying to talk about trying to bring some old ass out. I don't want to hear no damn Melly Mel. Shit, I don't want to hear no LL Cool J.
Ladies love Cool James.
No, but you know what I used that one right there for? Because it was sad, man, how many people that K helped out in the industry, and none of them people, it should have been a whole lot more people that was there, because that was held in the Apollo Theater. You know, a lot of people that should have showed up to pay their respects to K that day, they didn't show up. And this is what I'll be saying about with people in general that act like they're your mans or your people or whatever, but when it's a crisis or death or anything like that, you really see what these people are made of. And he made such a big contribution to the industry to have these clowns now bringing up his name, talking about who he was still with and who he wasn't with. You don't know none of that. Because just like I told Born earlier, we had our relationship and he called me at times about certain artists. You know, I ain't going to mention their name right now, but ain't everything was discussed because certain things was his business, and not unless he wanted to share it, then I'm an open ear for that. But for individuals to get up there now like Wack and be talking and using that man's name in vain in situations pertaining to Gene, I'm totally against something like that.
Right. Yeah, man, because it's like that, just like that Mark Curry dude, when you sit there, like they said, he locked, like Big Dog said, he locked himself into a conspiracy when he said that. So I ain't hear the rest. What was it? Born that they said, what was his judge? Because I know Wack cut him off.
Oh, hold on. Here you go.
Yeah, because see, I ain't even see it. When you showed me that other video, I just looked at it from that point.
Ask you a question.
You in the group, Mace.
Hold on, you a homie, right? So you telling me you didn't know at times when homies say they finna go knock a nigga noodle off? You a power rule. So why you didn't go tell the police they finna go kill that? Come on, Fat Prophet, cut that shit out, bro.
That Pyru.
Fuck, niggas say don't touch them bottles. He gonna go what? Run tell the security? He just ain't go touch the fucking bottles.
Fucking bottles.
That's the fuck
about it is.
Ask him like, who you supposed to turn himself in?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, what he supposed to do? Yeah, what he supposed to do? Hey, security, check these bottles. Come on.
Something might be wrong. Fuck out of here.
Get the fuck
out.
And I got a bitch that like me and
Y'all
drink
also ain't running around writing books on the homies and talking crazy about everybody and telling on everybody else, but I'm an accessory to the shit.
But you ain't getting no money.
Mark, hold on. Fat Prophet. Who we tell on, bro? You using the
He's sitting
strong
here,
word.
listen, he over here asking, oh, what's that nigga name with the statue? Well, the nigga name in California with the statue.
But that ain't got nothing to do with no crime, though.
Yeah, dude.
No, it don't. No, it don't. What he's asking me has nothing to do with crime.
No, it don't. He said Mace was driving the nigga's Bentley, man. Like you just
nothing to do with a crime,
you didn't sit there and say, mate, hold on. You didn't just sit there and say,
Mace was driving the nigga's car.
But he asked me about the house with the statues. It had nothing to do with a crime, bro.
Mark, did you say Mace was not with Brandy?
Definitely, but I didn't say he was out there selling no drugs.
So listen, if Mace said he was with Brandy and you saying he wasn't with Brandy, what are you insinuating, nigga?
Now that I use Monday Service,
real.
AI makes selling tickets my form of meditation. Monday Service.
I'm insinuating that he wasn't with Brandy. What
That
you
nigga was lying. You trying to say nigga lying?
What's wrong with you, bro?
Hey, yo, I love my older niggas. I'm insinuating.
You're not paying attention to yourself, man. Listen, say it to yourself 7 times, then talk to me. Man.
Yeah.
Fuck is wrong with you?
If he wasn't with Brandy, what you insinuating? I'm insinuating he wasn't with Brandy.
Yeah, nah, you know what he's saying.
Like,
you know what he's saying.
Nah. You can't say you know what he's saying because all he said is he wasn't with Brandy. He didn't say.
Okay, so May said he was with Brandy though. What? Come on, don't.
You acting like the nigga committed a crime, my nigga.
You acting like like Mace. You got pom poms on. You got Mace pom poms.
Yo, go smoke a blunt, bro. You bugging, nigga.
You got Mace pom poms. Cheers
I ain't
to
got no
Mace.
Mace pom-poms, nigga.
All right, well then leave him alone. We ain't even talking about that nigga, man.
So why'd you bring it up? Because you're doing a whole lot of telling on shit.
But what he telling on? Like, you keep saying he telling. Who he telling on?
Yeah. Only thing I'm trying to tell you is a story.
Read the book, right?
Yeah, but who he telling on?
Ain't nobody in trouble in my book.
Yeah, who he telling on?
Hey, yo,
he just ain't read the book.
Hey, yo,
I'll send you a book.
Right?
This send me I'm gonna send you a book, bro. I'm gonna send you a book. We gonna clear this shit up, man.
Hey, yo, Mark, I'm watching this shit on Jab, right? Hold on, let me ask Mark something.
Hood blog in the building. He got my nigga the hood blog.
Salute, Cross. Much love and respect.
I don't even like.
Already know we got a
Yo,
you missed it. Salute, Mac Mizzle, Warren.
Yo, peace, yo, man, what's up with your shit?
That's Mac stuff echoing.
Mac, man, come in and come back again. That shit.
Well, no, he just got to turn it down.
I'm good.
You just got to turn your volume down.
Mac in traffic.
Yeah, he got to just use your phone, not the car. Yeah, because it'll make an echo. But yeah, no, Hood, what you think about this crap, man?
Yeah, it's crazy. This right here been an ongoing feud And it seemed like, especially with Wack, it seemed like he's so busy. If you notice, it's like he been trying to speak for K Slay and do certain stuff with K Slay passing, but he didn't show up to the funeral or nothing, man. So
Because he knew Jim,
you got
was
that
gonna
much
smack
love
him.
for him.
He knew Jim was gonna smack him in his mouth.
Yeah, did you hear Gene? Gene came on because, like I said earlier, Bourne was chilling. I hit him up because I saw it come across my timeline. So I'm listening to it, and it get to the K Slay part. And I'm like, whoa, wait a minute. Time out. That's not true. Not in real life. And then he's saying this stuff. So I told Bourne, I said, yo, you need to hit Gene up, bro, and shoot this to him. I said, I promise. He said, well, what's this? I said, bro, just send it to Gene and tell Gene. And he sent it to Gene. Gene said, what's this? He said, man, I don't know what it, but you might want to listen to it. And I knew Gene was gonna say something. And then when I told Bourne to listen to it, bro, like we ain't even got to the beginning part. If Bourne go to the beginning of this, where he's talking about how K Slay stopped dealing with Gene. That's what the whole thing was like, bro. How you gonna say he stopped dealing with Gene? You wasn't even around. You wasn't even
Navant is a business travel booking platform.
See what I'm saying? He wasn't even around Gene. Only K Slay was around Gene and Boy.
Okay.
Wack.
You have to go back.
I know.
Wack not even qualified to be in those conversations. That's New York business. Slay got the relationships with the people that he got his relationships with in New York. Wack wasn't doing nothing down there with K Slay, but
I
trying
don't
to
even
help
like saying.
his little West Coast people and all that coming down there.
Yeah, listen.
The more he said and the more attention he got, he doing what shit.
Here we go. Listen to this. Listen to this.
That's a fact, White. That's a fact.
It's just real
That's
shit.
a fact.
You know what I'm saying? So I know Gene. Like I know Gene. I have relied on Gene to make sure the door was straight. We've been on the same movement in the same building, on doing the same shit, the same business. And it's just crazy. It's like the more he said and the more attention he got, he doing what Suge is doing. Suge doing a lot of this making up shit.
So
he making up shit just to keep talking.
So you saying he doing that basically this for money for the
Exactly, my nigga. I remember when they first offered that nigga like $500 to do some shit. He was like in the little apartment or whatever. I remember him calling Slay, and that's when Slay was like, "Yo, you gotta cut this shit out, nigga. It's gonna fall back on me." At the time, Slay he went crossing over from being the DJ shit to actually having a label deal. The Papoose shit, think he might have got a couple million, 1.52 million, whatever. And he knows, like, bro, dude can shut shit down or he can help me. Funkmaster Flex is the reason why K Slay was on radio.
Bigger
Flex
BX
got
salute.
Slay that job. So he like, my nigga, you out here butthurt because the nigga got rid of you. My nigga, like you wasn't never full-time anyway. Gee, you a probation officer. Let it go, right?
Roll officer,
And
not
when
probation.
Slay said, what's the problem? The nigga said, when I reached out for old boy and the nigga wouldn't pay for the funeral, Slay flipped on him. You trip, nigga, the nigga got buried. His family buried him. You mad because Puff wouldn't pay? And see, Slay said it. He said, nigga, if I've been paying you 100, 200,000 a year and your ass get killed, don't look for me to bury you, nigga, because you want Slay went left. You want to fuck your money off, do this. Now you mad at this nigga for paying the nigga, and he can get it, bury his own self or life insurance or whatever, and you doing this shit that could jeopardize me. And Slay bagged up from Gene. It was about 18 months, 2 years, Slay stopped even letting Gene come around.
People come to us and their teeth are so bad that they all need to be extracted. They all need to be
Pause
taken out. And they get
Pause it after. What you think about that right there, Hood?
That right there, that's for one. From when I first heard that, you can just tell that he just watching Gene. To me, it's just that he upset that Gene getting so much, traction and people believe his story. So right then and there, he trying to play he trying to turn Gene into the villain and trying to make it like, he poking holes in what really happened. But at the end of the day, if anybody know anything about the history with Gene and Slay, you know what I'm saying? They always had a tight relationship, and Gene always been transparent. You know, why wasn't it? You know, Gene was. I remember when Bourne had ran the stream, when I forgot who was trying to, you know, pretty much say that K Slade was in paperwork and Gene was the main one that was standing on business. I think it was Hassan Campbell that was, you know, trying to say he was in paperwork. Like, where the support then? You know what I'm saying? Where the support when it count? But he's so busy trying to bash Gene. You know, he's just trying to take his following to make it look like Gene be lying. But at the end of the day, he said that he was talking about, like, you know, people lying and making up stuff and how he don't support it. But he sat there and was with his man Loose Cannon while he was telling a bunch of lies. And then as soon as Loose Cannon, you know, getting locked up and stuff like that, now he calling Loose Cannon a liar. He
Yeah, he
said
a
right
rat
there when he
now.
was,
Yeah,
yeah, he a rat, a liar. He talking about he never believed the Meek Mill story, never believed this, but you wasn't voicing that when he was there right next to you when you
Because he
was
knew
able
Loose
to
Cannon
benefit.
because he knew Loose Cannon would have broke his jaw.
Yeah, that he knew Loose Cannon had people around him, and he knew that once he realized that he couldn't get money off of him no more when he was useless to him, with him being locked up, now he gonna get money off him another way and just act like he was a snake the whole time. That's a person that never trust, bro. I didn't see him sit up and act like he got relationships with people, and then he turned on them, and then when he turned on them, they everything in the book.
Mm-hmm. Just like Big U, just like Nipsey, just
Bro,
like
just like Big U, yo, yes, yo, listen, do we not remember when he was on the show with Gilly and them with Big U, and he said that Big U was more like a bigger gangster mogul than I forgot who than
Suge Knight.
Tookie Williams.
Yep.
Or Tookie Williams.
Bro,
Okay.
he said bigger than Tookie Williams, bro. So you sat there and said right then and there in his face that he was bigger than Tookie Williams, to seeing that how he talk about Big U now.
Yep. That's why I said, bro. Like, to the point of even flashing on people say, they say police officer, he been flashing, and everybody say, oh man, you know, he been joking about it. It's a play. And I understand what people say from one part, but I understand the law. And the law say you cannot impersonate a police officer. And he's been making jokes. That's not a joke, bro. It's not a joke. That shit was issued in 2006. That's why he said he ain't. That's why he showed the badge. I was in his live chat. I said that was.
That looks like a sheriff's badge too. It looked
I
like
said, well, it's a law. If you Google it, it's a 2016. It was issued. That type of badge was issued in 2016. It's friends and family, but in order to have that type of stuff, somebody got to be like a what they say, dignitarian or whatever, like the first this and the first that,
That's a fact.
or a big name person. So for him to have it, and it was issued in 20, like that's why he said, I've had it for a long time. Then he turned around and flipped and said, man, I don't care what nobody say, because if you look at his video, he said, my insurance, man, I got great insurance. How are you gonna have insurance if you get a friends and family badge?
Yeah, that's a fact.
I'm just saying, it's just like he's not. Then 600 then went to the academy. Like he said, he helped 600 get to the academy. Like how? Like my nigga, like damn, like man, we playing right now, bro. This dude ain't playing. Like I said, he was just on Freeway, and then he got caught with the damn badge, and then he go to No Jumper and show the badge to everybody. Everybody looked shocked. If it was no big deal to the badge, why ain't nobody in No Jumper come out and say, yeah, Wack was playing on y'all? We already knew about the badge. Nobody knew about it.
Because what Wack 100 do is, what he do is, he watch other people that got winning recipes and he mold off of them. I remember I remember like a few years ago, y'all gotta peep this. Look, I remember a few years ago, when King Erna was heavy on the snatch and honor tip. So King Erna was pulling up on Clubhouse, and he was going at Freeway Rick Ross, and Wack 100 was arguing them down and stuff. King Erna and Wack 100, they were supposed to have did an interview on Clubhouse. Wack 100 blocked it. Like, no, don't get on there with him. And then he was talking about how much that he not a rat. So not only did he block it, he come out with the exposures to where now, they want to be putting out people paperwork and calling people rats. And then he went back and forth with Charleston White. Now, if we know anything about White 100, one of his main situations of coming to the internet was that he walked that yard. He was a gang member, whatever, however you want to put it, and he always talked about people that was allegedly credible from his era that was on that gangster stuff. So now he take the Charleston White approach where he try to go to Rick Ross like, oh, I don't respect y'all. Y'all drug dealers. Now it's you don't respect them.
Yeah, that's what he
But
said.
when you want to use it to your benefit, you use it. He not doing nothing but copying other people's recipe and try to win off of it.
And draw people in and set them up.
Facts.
Yeah, that's the way I see it.
That's like when he came to Jersey, and the nigga LBI brought him to the projects. I'm talking about what not Wack 100, but with Adam 22. You know Wack 100 set that up.
Yeah.
Wack 100 live in Jersey.
Yeah.
See?
Yeah, he
either academics.
Bobby Smurder brought Wack 100 to his projects.
Right, but you got to ask yourself, Bobby Smurder ain't did nothing. He ain't made no music. Who called him and said, hey, such and such want to film your look? Somebody called him. See what I'm saying? That's why I feel like Wack didn't go. I felt like, because again, all that was set up like, man, you can't, man, listen, man, you can't get the Adam 28s and all them to come up in somebody's neighborhood, bro. Think about it. You can't even have your own people in another section come in your neighborhood, but you let Adam 29 come up in there.
Adam 28, Adam 29, Adam 30, whatever he is.
Exactly.
Come on, bro.
And like I said, Wack set that shit up. Really, he really tried to line Adam up.
Yep.
Because them boys could have dissed it. They could have dissed it Adam and security. Them boys got them big yappers in Jersey City. How 50 said, I hold guns the size of little Bow Wow. Them niggas hold guns the size of little Bow Wow in Jersey City. Them security wasn't gonna do nothing with them boys with them yappers.
Well, when you go into them type areas, whatever hood you're going through, I don't know, they obviously just, had to tap in or whatever, like tap in with whoever was credible in that area. They keep them safe. So that was nothing but a check, untalked about check.
Mm-hmm.
But when it comes to New York,
that's the part, dude. Everybody going crazy over Wack and Adam, all these other individuals, but the whole thing about it is the bag. As long as they can keep the controversy going and they can put something out there that's gonna get views, like when he was on Adam with the badge thing, the first thing he said is that, yo, I flashed it
Sunday Blanco, salute, man.
because I knew that people was gonna get up on it. He said I did 40,000 views in less than 3 minutes. And see, that's the problem that I got when it comes to the whole social media thing. People is no longer interested in what's real and what's not real. They more interested in, well, yo, if I do this or I do that, what type of, views I could get, how much money I could make off of this situation, as opposed to, am I just putting something up there? Am I letting my integrity go, just to be a part of something? That's the only reason why Mark Curry ended up in that situation where he's now up there willing to do that. People that ain't no longer got careers or anything, nothing was going to happen to Adam because, like y'all said, that was already set up. So why would a person, allow some outside individuals to come in and mess up what they doing. If it ain't no more than exposure, because a lot of them individuals, they ain't really getting no money behind it like they really should be getting, because just like in the VAD in the recent Lord Jamal interview, a person should at least have something worked out where if I put my particular interview up there with you and you get 1 million views with that, it should be at least 30%, 25% of that money that's coming back. The same way with Cat Williams and Shannon Sharp. He
Yes.
did that, made all that money, but did he go back and say, yo, I'm gonna piece you off $1 million or $500,000 because you got me 85 million views? So a lot of this is all based on what a person can put out there, how they can get people to jump on it, and they not concerned about no more whether they telling the truth about an individual, because they know the majority of the individuals is going to jump on the falsehood before they jump on the truth.
You're 100% correct, and you know the people with the platforms that do, like you said, that's running these platforms and they get the money. They automatically, if you notice, whenever you know it's a bigger platform and they dealing with somebody, they really be looking at that person like they above them. And if you bring, for instance, somebody on a platform and then that video get 3 million views, the person that got the platform will look at it like, you know, well, you got that exposure on behalf of my platform, instead of looking at it like you really had potential to people really, really like you. You know what I'm
Facts.
saying? Because I just saw a joint where Adam 22 had Say Cheese on there, and he was talking about Charleston White, like, and he was referring to him as a created player. I'm like, damn, do he not understand that you could put 20 people in there behind Charleston White? It don't mean they're gonna get that type of traction. It's a reason,
Facts.
and that's because Charleston White and certain people have the law of attraction down pat. Just like the dude
Facts.
for extra, he had the law of attraction. Whether
That's right. Well, like Crip
you like
Mac,
them
like
or
you said,
dislike them,
well,
Crip
like
Mac,
you said,
Crip Mac, exactly.
Crip Mac, the same thing. Everybody they have, if you put somebody in front of that platform, the problem is like, and I respect what Pun might have said. Nobody owes anyone anything, not how business works. True, but if you're gonna give your business like what Twiz is saying, we need to put it back into our community, because
Yeah.
again, at the end of the day, they're the ones. Once you give your content and your information, it's already it's theirs. Like they can stop you from even putting it out your own self. You know what I'm saying? So if we do it just like how Born might get on here and share some of Twiz stuff, or we'll talk about my stuff or other people on here like Mac and things. It's to give back the credit back to each other, because them big platforms like the
They
Glad,
do it.
like the Glads and the Atom, like the Atom 29s and
One
all that,
minus salute, my
they don't
boy.
do it. They don't do it. And that's the fucked up part. And we know that. Yeah, I asked Born this. I said, tell me this. Why is it that every time Wack has something to say about somebody or something big, why does he run to that platform to do it? He has his own channel. You know why? It's bigger than what we think it is, man. It's a certain group that oversee this whole damn content creating the shit.
Yup. Yup. And that's where he want those dark relationships with people that go behind, you know, closed doors. And if you see his the principles and morals he claimed that he stand on, they get lower and lower. Because if you remember when Wack first came on there, you know, Adam was always on that zesty stuff.
Yep.
And then he would act so defensive. But as time went on, he'd
Yep.
be able to say a little more stuff, and it's like he more content with it. When
Yep.
from what I remember, on top of being a man is enough. But in the gang culture, they're not supposed to, definitely not supposed to play with that. That's why the average people that's still outside that come up there. They cut it short and be like, yo, don't play with me like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, don't play with me like that. But now you see people like Wack that he more comfortable and will go along with it and even say
Indeed,
some
Lord,
funny
indeed.
stuff. You know what I
You
mean?
right,
So
Sway. He just got through that same interview. He just got through saying that to him. I'm gonna put on strap on and deal with you. And Wack went around it like more or less the gang politics no longer apply to him because
facts.
he's not living the gang life. But as being a man, none of us is gonna be on here with no jokes like that with each
No,
other because we know that that's not no joke. You're not gonna play no he cipher, monkey cipher, anything with me, and I'm not gonna
exactly.
respond like, yo, man, don't say that to me. And like you said, as time went on, and once again, that goes back to what we saying. It all is about economics and what a person is willing to allow or not allow based upon getting that bag.
Exactly. And
That's
back to what you were saying, what we was talking about earlier about coming to the hood. So let's remember, I'm probably the youngest. Me and Mac Mizzle probably around the same age. Yeah, I mean, but like when y'all was coming up, y'all was there for the era where the money was really, really in the street. So if you notice if it was a rapper or like people that was wanted to be a part of sports, the people in the streets was getting so much money they wasn't pressed for that spotlight. They was helping the guys get out the hood. JBM helped Will Smith go to the Bel Air when stuff was going on. Like it was just like that. But now the streets is so hungry, they would get rid of those morals and principles just for somebody to bring a camera through their hood to the point where not only is they bringing the camera through the hood, they incriminating the crap out themselves in these hoods just to
facts.
prove like that my hood is this and my hood is that, and don't understand that it's just a revolving door. All you gotta do is pull up Instagram or YouTube. You're gonna see it. I've never seen so many indictments a day in my life. Of course,
And
people
what?
was getting locked up, but as far as RICOs and all these little Fed charges, they hitting the smallest pups with indictments these days.
Oh, yo, check this out. I got something fun. I got something funny for y'all. Let's cross the plot, hard plot.
I had to watch him do it for other people. You get what I'm saying? So
what made what made you think it was Wacko that sold that sold that?
because nigga his statement in the motherfucking his.
All right, y'all, check this out. Now we know that wasn't on purpose, show. That was an accident. No, I know it was an accident
Yep.
because he was trying to get a credit card paid for something at the store.
He was at Lowe's. He was at a Lowe's store. He was at Lowe's. That's what I'm saying. He was at Lowe's talking to Snoopy Badass. That's
Please
what
Almighty.
happened. Yeah.
I just want to go back to what Twitch was saying just a few minutes ago, right? What they got to understand, like you said, the money was in the streets. This whole persona of the rap game come from us in the street. Why would we be thinking about them and them coming into the hood when everything from dressing to jewelry, all of that, we set it the trend for that. So them individuals, if anything, they had a problem if they came into our hoods and they didn't have nobody there that could say, yo, man, don't rob him. Big Daddy Kane, all them individuals done been robbed. My mans and them that went up to Latin quarters, Allah bless today, one of my students, Latik and them, and robbed Barry B and Dougie Fresh and them up in Latin quarters and Little Touch, brother, rest in peace, was walking around with their jewelry in the projects. So it's a whole different atmosphere right now because people look up to those individuals when those individuals couldn't come into the hood back then because they didn't have the respect nor the money that the individuals had that was out there selling drugs at that time.
Yep.
That's a fact. That's a fact, yo. Like I said, when I was growing up, we had the E4 posse in Elizabeth, man. And Big Daddy Kane used to come out there. Bismarck used to be Big Daddy Kane, Cool Craig, Cool Craig, they from Elizabeth. Bismarck was living in Elizabeth. What's old boy name? Master Ace. What's that? Craig C? All of them used to come to our block parties in the projects, yo. We have a block party in the projects. Bismarck and Cool V bring all the rappers there from his crew. DJ Marley Marl, all of them, yo. They'd come there and they'd show love and they was protected, you know what I'm saying? Because the drug dealers had all the money. And they was paying them to come and give performance for the kids. I can never forget that. And that's why I was a youngin', you know what I mean? 5th grade. So like I'm saying, man.
Yep.
Craig G. Before myself, Craig G. That's right, Craig G. Shout out to Craig G, man. That was just a misunderstanding, but it's Craig G. The Juice Crew. The whole Juice Crew be there, yo. That's a fact, man. And it was all love because they was protected. I don't know, Walladine, I think you probably came to some of the parties at the Pioneer Homes and the block parties, bro. Because a lot of Plainfield guys used to come out there and party with us too. So I know you probably came to some of the block parties by the Pioneer Homes on Magnolia between Front and First Street. Go ahead.
And not only was stuff protected, the youth was more protected. I remember growing up as a kid in the 90s, and the old heads that was out there that was into that, they was like, get off the block. Like, what are you doing? Go over there and play basketball. Like, it was more of that. And then eventually it changed from that to, the old heads, trying to befriend the young guys out there and,
Trying to be like the
passing
young
them this and
guys.
passing them, letting like molding the young guys, like molding them, letting them be around and exposed to certain stuff. Like that stuff started getting worse and worse, and now we wonder why it's a generation of YNs out here that they don't respect nothing. They don't respect the old lady, getting on the bus with the groceries. They don't
Nah.
know. They don't know if you sitting on the bus and that older lady is coming up and can barely walk. Get up out your seat, youngin. Let that lady sit down. No, they will sit there and look at the lady struggling and
Yeah.
stuff like that. They don't hold doors or nothing.
Help the
It's
old
a
lady.
mess out here. Facts.
And that's all. And I'm telling you, and it's
No
got worse.
morals, no principles. You know what I'm saying?
And like this past weekend, since 4th of July, man, it's been like 3 mass shootings out here.
Yeah, it was
Garbage piled up 3 feet high.
Yeah, it's 40,
I seen
47
that.
people. 47 people got hit out in Philly over the weekend, and with the trash,
Wow.
why this mayor lady, and it's sad to say, but I see why now when certain things happen, and you might see in the YouTube comments, people be like, y'all wanted a Democrat society. They always say that if you notice when it's dealing with the cities, because you got this lady, she getting like 265 a year salary. Now while she's sitting there getting that, she's getting more than what the last mayor was getting. The last mayor was probably getting like around 230, I want to say, a
Damn.
year. So yeah, so if you look it up right now, she getting like 265, 268 a year, and next year it's supposed to go up even more for her. So she's sitting up here and she won all her every one of her pennies, but you gotta understand, Philly is one of the worst places to be a trash man. That it's like being a trash man on Skid Row because it's a bunch of infected needles and stuff like that out there. Like on behalf of Kensington, it's a lot of nasty stuff going on out there. And Philly was always nasty anyway. It's a trashy city. Like Philly and Baltimore, probably two of the dirtiest cities in the whole America. I mean, dirty is
And
like where it's a
DC
lot of
too. And
abandoned.
DC too.
Damn.
If you like Baltimore, the closest I've seen to Philly, I mean every block, majority
Oh,
blocks is
DMV?
trash on there. Like it's trash all up and down the blocks. Like they don't. It's just like embedded in the youth. Where I see certain hoods around the world, like Cali, they Joe don't be looking all messed up like that. But like out Philly, a young boy 3 years old, he come outside, he got a hug and chips. He not looking for no a trash can could be 2 feet away. He dropped it on the ground,
Yep.
throwing it in the sewer. It's just like a norm out Philly, and you don't
And bruh,
understand it
and
when you
bruh,
living in it until you.
then the funny shit is, I'm gonna tell you something. I went to drop my trash off this morning, right? And bruh,
Hmm.
they got the 2 dumpsters there empty. People got their trash on the side of the dumpsters. Instead of having the
Yeah.
trash in it, putting the trash in the dumpster, they just putting all these bags is piled up on the side, bruh. Man, that's where you think all
So
these
I just
rats and rodents, all this shit coming from, man.
Yeah, that
and they
shit.
all and they was already out there. I just went to go get my daughter cake for her birthday Saturday, bro, down north, down 22nd Street. They got trash bags in between the parked cars, and y'all know that them Philly blocks tight. You know what I'm saying? They got trash bags in between the parked cars, bro, like front bumper to back bumper, trash bags, curves filled with trash. And then they don't know that you got a lot of nasty people anyway, so they don't care. They coming out just throwing stuff like they really having fun with it while they complaining at the same time. And people lighting the fire on trash. The whole city like Kensington right now. That John nasty.
Yeah.
You see, Philly and Baltimore, they both got the same type of structure with them little row
Yeah.
houses close to each
Yup.
other like that.
Yup. Yup. Little row houses, a bunch of abandoned houses out there. Yeah, I mean it's nasty, bro. It's nasty. And on top of that, they doing the gentrification out there, all out like South Philly and all that. Like they out of pocket. It's that mayor, man. She uh she couldn't even spell Eagles when she did the Eagles chant.
What?
Yeah, it's on YouTube. It's on the
God
news.
damn,
She
yo.
said E-L.
Damn.
She didn't say E-A. She said E-L-G-L-E-S Eagles. It's knocked off, man.
She's stealing money. She's stealing money out there.
Oh
Why she
yeah.
become a mayor?
She gon'
You
she
let the
gon'
people
she
go
she
holler
she
too.
gon' she gonna be like Tiffany Henry, that other mayor lady. They gonna hear some stuff because on top of the money she getting, I'm pretty sure she got a whole bunch of other shady stuff doing. They already been closing every other school in Philly down. Yeah, I mean it's not hardly no programs. It's like a dead end out there, John, for
But
the
yo,
youth.
yeah, and I feel that, but yo, I ain't want to get too far off topic because I'm about to.
Yeah.
Yeah, but yo, what do you think about Mark? Yo, we have Mark Curry's on the phone too. Copy please to Gene. He was on the phone.
After
Gene put him
after
on.
that,
No. Gene put him on 3-way.
Yeah, he had him on three. He had him on 3-way, and he was trying to basically say, man, we'll talk about it. It was about to get
We'll do a
ourselves out.
show.
Yeah, do a show and all that shit. But that's what I'm saying. He was like, man, you let Wack play you, bro. Oh man, we'll talk about this because at the end of the day, Wack was sitting there laughing the whole time. And he was like, man, you old niggas is funny. That's why I said, man, he playing on that nigga, man. He don't care nothing about no damn book. He want to get some shit stirred up. Yeah, Mark was on there. Shout out to Mark. Yeah, because you don't know you got recorded on here. So yeah, you know you a bullshit ass nigga.
Definitely a bullshit ass nigga. Definitely that, man. Like I was telling Jay, man, I'm like, yo, that nigga, you know this dude, bro. You defending this dude, you know what I'm saying? Probably protecting this dude. And he gonna let this nigga talk about you like a dog for a couple of dollars.
And Gene cleared up.
Wow.
He ain't never worked with Wack. Wack about no $500. He's never talked to Wack about $500 of him working for somebody. Like Gene said, man, he don't got enough money to could hire him to stand at the door. Hey, mother just say stuff.
Yeah.
Why would Gene go for working for Puffy to work for Wack, who just comes along way later on down the line? Like, does that really make any sense?
Facts. That's what I said.
for one, Gene Deal was never nobody you could just hire anybody anyway.
That's
It
what he
don't
said.
matter who you was. You know what I'm talking about? He got a it got to be a reason why he even would want to even do the job for you in the first place. It ain't like he was just hopping from person to person.
Nope.
Right. And he was already clicked up with Puffy and them. So the same
Facts.
gang. And then with Wolf. And then on top of that, like, why would he do that? And then how you know he making all, like Wack said, he making all this money and he couldn't pay this and wanted Puffy to pay. And that's when K Slade said he was done fucking with him. And it was about 18 months to almost a year, 2 years where he didn't fuck with him. Man,
But put like this, how would he know? And when Wolf died, that was, what was that, 05, 04, 04, 03, 04, right? That was 04 Wolf got killed. You wasn't nowhere around in 04, my nigga.
And on top of that, if that was the case, then why did Gene end up at the funeral and Wack didn't? If K Slade told Wack all this shit or Wack knew all this shit, why he ain't show up? Like, come on, bro.
Because you know what, Wack also said some shit. The case they said, man, F the 5% nation, the 5% nation. I ain't with that shit, I'm with my money. That's what Wack wanted to say that too. I don't know if you heard that guy in the streets.
Oh, he said that?
I can't find the show, but I played the show when I did the show on that shit when K-Slade died. I played that shit. And Wack said that shit, and I was like, yo, you talking about Wack said this? I'm telling Gene. I'm telling Gene, Wack said K-Slade said this. And Gene's like, man, K-Slade would never say no shit like that. He loved the nation.
Heck yeah, in that nation deep, the nation deep in New York. It's no way you could be attached to anything out in New York and not be attached to the nation.
Because he's a part of the nation. K-Slade been a part of the nation.
I told y'all,
For
man, I got a lot to do with teaching them the math, man. Wolf was killed in November the 13th, 2003.
3. There you go. I said 3 or 4. What was Wack 100? Wack 100 nowhere to be found. Wack 100 again the picture until Jimmy Hitchman got locked up and he started managing the game. Jimmy Hitchman got locked up in 2009, 2010, some shit like that.
Yeah, you start managing people after their careers was pretty much done.
Yeah. And he finished their careers off. He killed their careers. Sucker ass sucker. How Esther said, you fish eye sucker. Yo, man, I appreciate everybody for coming up, man. Yo, this is the King of New Jersey. This is BTBTV. We bully the bullies. I got my boy Cross the plug up here. I got SV Twiz, the hood blogger. Y'all make sure y'all go subscribe to their channels. Subscribe to God on them Streets. And the Mac Mizzle Show, as well as the King of New Jersey, BTBTV. We bully the bullies. And we ain't no Bloods or no Crips. We doing our own thing. BTBTV that started his own gang. Like, nigga, what?
Salute.
Salute.
Salute. Peace.
Yes, sir.